Rhabdom is the third main boss you'll fight in Saros, but he's a little bit different from the other area bosses you'll have taken down so far. Rhabdom can be brutally difficult, so if you're struggling with taking it down, you've come to the right place. Here's everything you need to know about how to beat Rhabdom in Saros. The first thing to know about Rhabdom is that, unlike the other two bosses you'll have already fought, the beast only has one health bar. Most main bosses in Saros have 3, each one denoting a different phase of the fight. Rhabdom, however, just has the one. The other notable thing that sets this boss apart from the other main bosses you'll have faced is that Rhabdom is not set in one place. He's a very mobile boss that will require you to be quick on your feet to avoid his attacks. Because of his agility, you'll need to constantly be on the move. Rhabdom can very quickly close the distance between you, so you'll need to make sure that you're frequently performing long dodges by holding down the dodge button to make the most of your iframes, as opposed to simply tapping the dodge button for a quick dodge. Additionally, the boss arena has 4 grapple points in each corner that I'd suggest using often to put as much distance between yourself and the boss as you can. Rhabdom will spend the majority of the fight rushing you, so try to bring a weapon that thrives in close-range encounters. I'd recommend any of the hand cannons or shotguns since they handle the range the best. Additionally, it's essential to bring in a weapon that has auto-hit enabled. Most weapons come with auto-hit, but some, like the marksman hand cannon and the onslaught rifle, disable it in favor of being better suited at targeting weak points. There are pros and cons to having auto-hit enabled or disabled, but because of how much you'll be moving around during this fight as you get shots off from over your shoulder, you'll be at a significant disadvantage if you don't have a weapon that has it on. While any of the power weapons can work fine enough against Rhabdom, I wouldn't recommend using the Dispiritor since it takes so long to fire. Instead, I had the most luck using Prominence to fire off quick explosions over my shoulder as I worked on repositioning. The best advice for dealing with Rhabdom's attacks is to put as much distance between you two as you possibly can. The boss has a handful of swipe attacks that shoot out yellow beams that are easy to dodge if you have the space to maneuver. Rhabdom usually follows up the swiping move with a large AoE stomp attack that fills the ground floor of the arena with yellow projectiles, so once he starts stomping, make sure to zip up to one of the grapple points. Periodically, Rhabdom will shoot out a mass of blue projectiles that you'll want to absorb with your shield when possible, instead of simply dodging through them. Charging your power meter happens slowly in this fight, and even slower in the second half, so you'll want to fill it up at every opportunity. When Rhabdom's health drops below half, this blue projectile attack will change into a yellow projectile attack that needs to be dodged, so use the first half with the blue absorbable projectiles to start thinking about the timing on how to dodge the attack when it changes in the second half. For most of the fight, Rhabdom will be chasing you around the arena doing red projectile slam attacks. This is the reason you'll want to run away from the boss as often as you can. If you get caught in just one of these slam attacks like I do here, you'll lose a significant portion of your health. Luckily, there are small ethers in each corner of the second floor of the arena, so you can fix yourself up a little bit if you take a huge hit, but they won't be able to make up for multiple hits, so use them sparingly. It's a good idea to come into the Rhabdom fight with a fully charged overdrive meter so that you can easily take off a good portion of the boss's health bar. Fire your overdrive shot as soon as possible so that you can charge it up over the course of the rest of the fight and potentially get a second blast in. In the second half of the fight, Rhabdom will slightly change up some of its moves. We've already talked about how the blue projectile homing attack changes to yellow, but Rhabdom will also add an attack where it slowly stomps around, spewing out an ocean of yellow projectiles. Luckily, this attack is incredibly slow moving, so as long as you put some distance between you two, you'll be able to get in a few solid hits while the boss is still stomping around. So that's everything you need to know about beating Rhabdom. This is a fast and frantic fight, which means you'll need to be quick on your feet for its entire duration. But if you can outrun the boss, you should be able to make quick work of Rhabdom and continue across the bridge to the Carcossian city beyond it. For everything else Saros, make sure you stick with IGN, and here's a fully unedited clip of me beating Rhabdom.